Hello guys, welcome to today's video by Trust Stanley, and this is a TS Tech Talk video. So on today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a podcast on YouTube. Now, this is actually a podcast. This is a podcast. This is a podcast. Now, how do you notify or identify a podcast and just a playlist? You can notice there is this podcast icon on the bottom. When I hover on it, it disappears because it makes it a bit transparent. But without it, you can notice there is this icon on the bottom left, right here, and then there is how many episodes that it has. You can also see it on all of the podcasts right here, and you notice this is actually the podcast section. And this is someone else's channel. This is not my channel. Credit to PBD Podcast. Now, if I go on to my channel, which is Trust Okafor. Now, if I go to my channel, there is this podcast section right there. It's almost available for everybody. So you can notice there is no podcast. When I scroll down, you can notice it says um, upload a video to get started. Now, to have a podcast, it's not as if I do not have a video on my channel. I also have videos on my channel. When I go over to video section, you can see the videos I have on my channel. Now, what I'm trying to explain is this. You can actually add your existing video from your normal channel to your podcast. And to do that, all you need to do is actually to go over and edit and then take your normal video and then put them under your podcast. But depending on however you want, this is still going to work. And also, you can take an existing playlist and then you make it to a podcast. Now, in order not to spend so much time talking about this, let me show you guys exactly how to do it. So the first thing you need to do is to go over to your studio, which is studio.youtube.com. Make sure you are logged in to do this. If you are not logged in, you will not be able to do this. So I'm already logged in and it's going to be easy for me to do. So let's wait for it to load up. All right, so it has loaded up. Now, to start creating your podcast, the first thing you need to do, you notice where it says create right here. You click on that. When you click on that, you notice where it says new podcast, right? Now, you can easily click on that to create a new podcast. And this is actually going to be very easy. So, there are two ways to actually do it. You can convert an existing playlist to a podcast, or you can create a new podcast. Now, whichever one you want is actually very easy. Now, let's do the first one. Let's click on create a new podcast. So I just clicked on that and this is what it brings me. Now to create a new podcast is as easy as adding a title of your podcast and then putting a description of your podcast. Now I'm going to first add a title of my podcast. I'm going to call this because this channel actually teaches how to earn money online. So I'm going to call this so I call this freelancer mentor. And then the next one, I'm going to give a description of my podcast. So that is exactly what I'm going to be doing on this particular channel or on this particular podcast. Oh, I actually missed a word, which is E. And then you can decide to put this public and you can also decide to upload the image. Now, uploading the image, pay attention that you need to actually upload an image that is squared. You cannot upload like the landscape picture format that you upload. You have to make sure that this is squared. So I'm just going to click on squared image on upload image, and I'm going to choose a particular image. I already have an image that is squared, but guys, this is not relating to the content that I want to make. So I'm going to come back later on and address this. So I just uploaded a random image that I already edited. This is actually a God of War game I played. So I'm going to click on create. Now, you notice is the visibility is on public. Now, if you decide, you can just make sure you do not public the add this on public so that it won't be on public domain. Now, the first thing I need to do is to click on add videos. So I'm going to actually add either add existing video or upload a video. So I already have existing video on this channel, so I can easily add them. So you notice it says upload and add your existing video. So I'm going to click on add existing video. Since this video is just for a test purpose, so I'm clicking on add existing video and I'm going to choose two random video. This is my most recent video, right? I just chose that. Just click on this check icon. I just did that right now. This is it. You click on the check icon, you scroll down, and you select again. So I just choose two different videos right now, and these videos are going to be added to the podcast. Now you can notice where it says add to playlist, right? Click on that. Now when you click on this, you can notice it says there are two podcasts right there, and the first one is what I chose. So I chose the first one to be the main place I want to add this. So I'm going to click on save. Now, when I click on save, this is going to be saved on my podcast. Now, you notice it says playlist edited, right? Now, this is because I have successfully added two videos to my podcast. And you can add as many video as you want on your podcast, depending on how you want it. Podcast is just like a series of videos, so depending on how you want it. So I just added the two, and now to confirm this, I can easily go to this is my podcast section, so I can easily go to my podcast section and click on it, and I'm going to see my podcast video. You notice the podcast icon, right? Now, if I go over to my main channel and go to the podcast section, you can see that I have a podcast right there. Hold on. Now you can see I have one podcast right there, and it says freelancer mentor, and this is it. So this is how to add videos on your podcast on YouTube, and it's actually very interesting. And guys, really, I'm going to be making a lot of videos on freelancer, and I'm going to be guiding you on how to become a professional freelancer, which is the reason why I created this podcast. I'm going to be doing that on this particular channel. So if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do subscribe. The channel name is quite easy to identify. It is Trust Okafor. So that is actually what I'm going to be doing right there. And then that is that for this particular video, and there is nothing more, guys. I am going to be making more videos for you guys in the future, and I hope it's helpful. If it's helpful, let me know on the comment section. And if you have any other question, please let me know on the comment section. YouTube podcasting is actually interesting. And before I round up this video, guys, let me do this very quick. You can actually convert an existing playlist to a podcast. Now, these are my existing playlists, right? Now, I can easily convert this to a podcast by coming over here, click on the three dotted icon, and you can notice it says set as a podcast. Now, when you click on set as a podcast, it's going to give you option to give the podcast a title and a description, and choose if you want it to be public, and then you have to choose your squared photo. So I'm going to click on that, and I can easily choose. Okay, you know what? Let me try out something. So I want to actually make publish this without having. Okay, it's not possible. I actually wanted to know if I will be able to leave that on default without having to publish a photo, but it did not work. So I'm just going to choose the same image and then make it my podcast and save up. All right, let me see if this works. Okay, I just choose my profile image and I have it as the podcast image, and it's actually going to work. So I'm going to click on done, and there we go. We have a podcast. So this is how to convert an existing playlist to a podcast, and that is also how to create a new podcast. And guys, I hope this video is helpful. Don't forget to smash like and share the video with your friends. Let me refresh this and see if it's added to our podcast. And guys, this is actually a new way to actually get views, because I think YouTube is actually separating the normal playlist and normal YouTube videos and adding podcast in a new way. So this is actually going to be a new way for you to be getting views on your YouTube channel. So I hope it's helpful. Don't forget to smash like and subscribe. See you soon on my next video. Please stay safe and peace. And what do you know, guys? It did not actually put my profile image. It used the default image on the playlist. So, guys, this is cool. See you on my next video. Peace.